It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the commencement speaker for the Haslam class of 2020, Holly Sullivan. Holly Sears Sullivan is the Director of Worldwide Economic Development at Amazon, where she has been with the company for over 4 years. When Amazon decided in 2017 to create a $5 billion second corporate headquarters with 50,000 jobs, Holly was the person entrusted with leading the team that shaped Amazon's evaluation of 238 proposals and the final selection of Arlington, Virginia, and a new corporate office in Nashville, Tennessee. Holly has more than 20 years of experience in economic development, most recently as President and CEO of the Montgomery Business Development Corporation in Maryland. Holly also formerly led economic development organizations in the Nashville, Tennessee region. Holly received her Bachelor's of Arts and a Master's of Science in Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Tennessee. Holly is on the Dean's Advisory Board for the Haslam College of Business at the University of Tennessee, the Board of Directors for the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Board of Directors for the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. In 2018, Holly was named the Newsmaker of the Year by the Nashville Business Journal. And in 2019, Holly was identified as one of the Washington, D.C.'s most powerful women by the Washingtonian magazine. Holly is married with 1 daughter, 2 Labrador retrievers, and lives in Washington, D.C.
Thank you for the kind introduction and opportunity to speak with you today. When Dean Mangum invited me to speak to your class, it was several months ago, and it seems the world was in a different place. Little did I know I would not be able to see your smiling faces, full of anticipation, maybe some full of anxiety, and maybe a few a bit bored because they have to sit through so many speeches. So let's focus on the positives. You can skip right to the good parts of your ceremony. Focus on the positives. That is always something I've tried to do in life. There have been a few times when I was not sure what direction to go, what decision to make, and fearful I would surely make the wrong decision. I always choose to focus on the positives. That positive may be as simple as sharing a conversation with a friend, or significant when I chose to leave my public sector job and join Amazon. What I do know is don't let fear stop you from taking a leap. Those fears subside once you make a decision and embrace the power of change. There are a few other things that I've learned that I'd like to share with you. One is to be nimble, be flexible. I feel that you've already learned this during your college career. You've had to learn to do your coursework remotely. You've been through a significant presidential election, and well, you've been through a few football coaches. By being flexible, you have already proven that you are resilient, and you can adapt to change and keep moving forward. Second is to earn trust. This is a leadership principle at Amazon. We use it in how we make decisions. It's one that I believe is truly important in all facets of life. I was recently asked by a new hire, how do you earn trust? I explained it's not just about listening or delivering results. It's also about pushing back, disagreeing if you do, and providing guidance. And once people trust you, you can earn their business, you can earn their friendship, and that makes you unstoppable. The third is to think big, which is also one of our leadership principles. You each have an idea. You may be thinking, how do I get started? Or will this ever work? Before you give up and choose another path, think about how you start your day. Maybe you start by making your bed. Maybe you start with brushing your teeth or checking your cell phone. And then before you know it, the morning starts to round out, you roll into the afternoon, and you finish your day with many accomplished tasks. That's how you start. Dive in. Don't get wrapped up in perfection or needing all of the answers. Oftentimes, the best innovation and ideas come from making decisions without having all the answers and making mistakes. I used to get stuck in my ideas of trying to perfect something. Then one day I realized I most likely won't be able to solve everything, but I can solve this. Then maybe next I can solve another element. As you repeat that process, you move forward to produce an end result that may be scrappy, but it works. So don't get stuck. Take action, and it's okay if it doesn't work out the first time. When I graduated from college, I wasn't sure what path to take. I had a few different steps in the process, and it took me a few years to find the career that was best suited for me. I'm not sure I chose economic development, but it certainly chose me. People always say to find your passion. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I think it's best to find something that interests you, that doesn't consume you, and that most days you're excited to do. I also realized early in my career there are different ways I can contribute. I can partner with communities to provide jobs, and I can guide my company to make decisions that are best for our customers. During the Amazon HQ2 project, I learned a lot. I even learned a lot about myself. I also had fun. It was a ton of work, but I met so many great people and experienced so many interesting communities. So maybe another piece of advice I can give you is to have fun, enjoy your work, be committed, and much of the rest tends to figure itself out. Make big plans, stir things up. You each have the knowledge, ability, and resiliency to push your ideas and innovations forward. As you're building and implementing your ideas, building your life, and building your career, I have one more piece of advice, and that's to be kind. Be kind to those with different ideas. Be kind to those with different beliefs. You may agree to disagree, but I guarantee if you open your mind, you will learn something. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Dreams and ambitions take time. My parents always told me, no matter where you are, and it may not be exactly where you think you should be, you are exactly where you're meant to be at that moment in time. Congratulations, class of 2020. You may be entering the next chapter during a time of uncertainty, but I am certain you have the skills to succeed in your chosen path. As Coach Summit said, it's harder to stay on top than it is to make the climb. Continue to seek new goals. Aim high, class of 2020. Thank you.